What's up, all? Today I wanted to review this tool cart I got off Amazon. It's made by Kieperi. I can't pronounce it. It's Kieperi. I'll send you a link for it. It's a 3-tier tool cart. I got the dark blue color. As you can see, or I can't tell, it's a little dark. Looks black. There you go. Dark blue. But it's supposed to be 300 plus pound weight capacity. Has wheels on it. It's pretty much just for me to organize my garage. Box is pretty heavy, but looks pretty good so far. I haven't inspected the full thing yet, but quality does not look bad. Just patching up all my parts. Pretty heavy. Shelf wise, but I'm putting it together, showing you how to put it together, and the results of it. Hopefully this thing is going to be pretty good, because I need it. So, like I said, it's 3 shelves that go into a tool cart. It does have a sliding drawer. It is on wheels. And it's a wonderful place for screwdrivers. It's got like slots to keep all the screwdrivers in place. But this is one of the drawers. Construction's pretty good. Color is good. I'm pretty sure it's either really lightly stamped steel or it's tin. I would guess for 130 bucks or whatever it was. It's gotta be tin. Here's the keys. You got keys to lock your drawer. I don't know why I would need that, but at a professional shop. And that's actually what it looks like when it's done. So it looks pretty nice. So, like I said, 3 shelves, or whatever. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. There's a drawer right underneath. I guess this is what you put your main tools. On the sides, it's got these little holders that you can put your screwdrivers in. They just kind of dangle. You have these hooks on the side, so you can hook extra things. I guess anything with a loop on the back of it. So some wrenches potentially, or open-ended wrenches is probably the right place to put it. It does have wheels, 4 wheels on casters. They do have brakes on them, which is kind of nice. And yeah, looks to be pretty exciting. Quality looks pretty good so far. It was 90 bucks plus shipping, I believe, something like that. 90 or 100 bucks plus shipping. It's about 130, 140 bucks total. This is all the hardware for it. I'll open that up in a second. I've been putting it together while we're all here. Actually, here's my little cart. Let's see what's got the lock it right there. Go to the side. There's a little more back complicated. Not too many parts that I can see. Got all my frame pieces here. This is going to frame the outside of it. So I got 4 of these guys. And a lovely shade of dark blue. So, I'm gonna be messy. Mainly to make this video easy and or fast. Like I said, here is the cart. We're gonna start putting it together real time. So this is the contents of the case. It's going to be my 4 casters for wheels. This, I'm guessing, is a handle for something. Yeah, it's a heavy. And then quite a lot of fasteners here. Fasteners. These are your hangers. Like I said, you're going to have a slot on the side of the tool chest where you can hang a bunch of stuff. This is, I'm guessing, a pivot. I don't know what it is. I'll figure it out. But let me get started. Put this together. Ripping apart as we speak. Okay. Instructions. There we go. Alright, so we are going to start on the base. Obviously, that's what we're going to put together. I like this. This 6-step installation. Apparently this should take me 3 minutes. Probably not, but that's okay. Alright, so one of the pieces, so first step is your bottom piece that's going to contain your wheels. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm sure one of these has slots for wheels. So, it's not labeled by piece, but I'm sure it's pretty easy to figure out where you have provision for your caster. So there's going to be, there's obviously 4 holes per on the tray, which I can show you later. Yeah, it's not gonna. Okay, but for your casters, it's gonna be 4. There we go. 4 holes per. So it's gonna be 16 holes. So I'm going to use number 16, or 16 of these. It's number 15 right here. There's gonna be 16 of them. So it's going to be a nut, 2 washers, and then a bolt on the back of it. So I'm looking for number 15 in my package, which, of course, is labeled. Yeah, labeling's not great. This is clearly a strong suit of this. The bottom's open on here, which kind of sucks. There's something to hold it together. So it looks like there's provisions for that, but yeah, it's a little cheap. Little cheap. So that's not what we're gonna do. I assume it's these really large bolts right here. I'll hold this guy together. Really did not do a good job with the instructions, but something to think about. So let's see if this fits. This is the biggest nut in here. Does it fit? Just so. I'm going to assume it's this. I gotta count 16 of these, so that's gonna take some time. Alright, so I determined what you need to put the wheels on. Lots of fun, like I said. So, I'm going to need a bolt. This is the 14mm bolt. You're gonna need 2 types of washers. Here's a flat washer, here's a crush washer, and you're going to need the nut on the opposite side, which is probably another 14. Yep, 14's on each side. That's what you want to do if you want to speed up your process. Now I'm going to go ahead, use, like I said, you're going to get 16 of these, so you're going to have 16 sides. So your bolt's on one side, flat washer, crush washer, nut on the opposite side. And it's going to fix these to this. And what orientation? I don't know yet. Here's the wheel. Crush washer on that side. Caster, crush washer, and nut. I don't think it matters which way this goes on, to be perfectly honest, as far as bolts on the top versus bolts on the bottom. The complete space is limited down here. Space is not good over here. So to tighten these up, we're probably going to want to get an open-ended wrench and just hold this over here, because that is not going to be super easy to put on. Alright, so I'm going to put on the whole set of this, just the one side at least, and just show you if that looks correct or not. Like I said, instructions suck. Alright, so I was able to fix my wheel on this side. The only thing I do want to mention is, I was trying to debate where the bolt goes. What you want to do is actually make sure that the bolt goes through the top side or the inside of the tray versus what I did, because I found out that on the swivelable casters that there's an issue with getting them mounted as far as clearance is concerned. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Alright, so then you gotta figure out how to tighten this. Alright, so to tighten it, open-ended wrench. Nut over here. And I'm just going to be taking it. You don't want to go crazy on the first one. You're going to have a couple more to do. And you want to make sure it's kind of level when you're doing it. Really as level as you can. So this kind of sucks. If you have a 14mm open-ended wrench, that actually might be the easiest way to do this, versus using like a universal wrench, monkey wrench, whatever you want to call it. But it exists. All right, so I'm gonna tighten it up. I'm gonna get the whole bottom done, and I'll get back to you on the next step. All right, so this is one of the fun things at least about not getting instructions. So for all of my bolts, I put them here with the head of the bolt up here going through the bottom, which is fine for the rigid casters in the front, the ones that don't move. But the ones that swivel, you can see these are supposed to swivel. I put the bolts coming through the bottom on all of them. You can see this guy does not swivel. So, just for 2 of them, I'm going to reverse. The rest, whatever, it's not a big deal. So for the back ones here, this is where your swivel casters go in the back. These are the ones that have the brakes on them. So that's your brake right there. That stops it. So you stop it from moving. It'll stop doing anything. No, snap your finger. Just for the 2 back here, I'm going to swap around. So that you can see it, I did it run on this side. The bolt head is on this side. It's going to go through this way. And that's just going to be for the back side of the rotating ones right here. That's to give you the articulation. I'm not going to do the full side right now, but I'll play around with it and see what it looks like. I don't think I need a full 360 articulation on the back. If I get 180 degrees out of it, or a little bit more, that's fine, 270 degrees. So that's just these 2 over here. I'm going to be switching around right now. All right, so the bottom part's put together as far as the casters are concerned. On your one side, you've got these swivel casters. You want your brake to be on outward of whatever side, to be perfectly honest. I did include my own stops here, just so this thing doesn't swivel all the way around. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or not supposed to happen, but you do have your brake over here. On the other hand. So that's how you stop it, and that does lock it from moving fore and aft and side to side. And then you, sorry, I'm trying not to get my finger caught. Oh, there we go. You snap it up. As far as design goes, this kind of sucks, because you'll either have a bolt on my side protruding in, or really what they want you to have this protruding over here, which is not that smart. If they were smarter, they would have countersunk this, use Allen heads, or at least have like a shorter bolt, so you can put it through this side. Because, to be honest, this kind of, takes up room down here, which isn't really that great. But, it rolls okay. Okay, looks like I am going to have to free these bottom parts up. And you will at least have to have the bolts coming through the upward on really all the sides, but I really don't like the way it looks, to be honest. That looks much cleaner than that, but it is what it is for functionality. These are going to have to come up. If these were smart, this would be, like I said, countersunk via hex head, and these would be much shorter bolts. But, yeah, I'll continue. So we are on step 2, finally, after 30 minutes of step 1. Essentially just to fix the supports that hold up all your shelves. You're going to have these, that dropped, 4 supports. There's 1, 2, 3 over there, 1 in my hand. And then you want to affix them, so there's 2 holes on the top one, single hole on each side on the bottom. That's where it's going to go on this side, single hole on each side. So I just want to start up here, and what's nice is it does tell you the orientation of it. So you have your blah 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 middle tray, and you got your cross screws head outward. Okay, so that's going to be nice. So then essentially just put the screws inward toward it. But it's going to be kind of a pain to do because there's screws and bolts. I don't know why they didn't just use a bolt and a nut. I'm sorry, yeah, technically it's a screw, I guess. It's a screw and a nut. But I'll show you. Instead of just talking about screws. That's going to be right here. 40 pieces of this. You can see it'll do a flathead, it'll do a Phillips, whatever kind of screw you want. The driver, you got a nut on the back side of it. So I'll just do one of them, show you how that goes. Alright, so just to affix these support brackets that hold up all your shelves, you have your screw on one side, you've got a bolt on the back side, like there. So these little guys, these are 10 millimeters, you just want to get a tiny 10 millimeter wrench, hold that up, and with a really large flathead screwdriver, I wouldn't use a Phillips, because it's, I mean, you can see, like, I use a flathead, and it's still kind of, not straight, but not good. So you just got to use that. Fix these guys. going to be the same to affix everything else up here, but starting to make progress. Still looks a little flimsy, but not ready yet. All right, so let me get started on the second shelf and the next step. All right, so the second level is on. The only thing to know, which they don't show in the instructions, is you want to make sure that it's in the bottom bolt right here. That's because when you put your side panels in, it's a side panel, and then it's the drawer combination, or the slider for the drawer uses the bolts right here. This is 1, 2. I'll show you how one of them goes in. Then you fix it really the same way as everything else been affixed. So you just slide this. Okay, I may have tightened this too much. I'm gonna have to bend this myself. But this goes slide down into here, and it gets affixed these two bolts over here to these slots over there. All right, so now it looks like we do have an issue with the booklet. I don't know if this is accurate. So step 4, which I'm on, this is after you put in your side panels. So 1, 2, I have my drawer provisions here on both sides. It's saying that I'm supposed to have a side drawer panel, a back drawer panel. I definitely don't have these things. The only pieces I have left is this piece right here, which is, I'm assuming, going to go on somewhere on the top. I got to figure that part out. And then you've got your drawer and the top shelf. That's it. So I don't know if this is an error, if it didn't send, the instructions are wrong, or it missed sending me something, but I don't have it. I can tell you that. My next step is definitely going to be putting my drawer in, and then I'll be doing, my top shelf. So I'm going to work on that. I'll have a top shelf, and then I'll have a provision for like a handle. It's like the only thing left is the handle that you put on to slide the card around. This is what's going to hold your screwdrivers in through the top, and then, like I said, drawer and top panel. So these back panel and side panels don't have it, but I'll be putting the drawer in right now. That's going to be my next step. Alrighty, so able to put the sides in. Sides kind of just slide in through here, or you can just put them in this way. You do want to have it with the drawer on the top side of it. You can do it backwards, and I did it backwards, to be perfectly honest. So I accidentally had my slide part below here, because these sides, you can put them upside or down. It doesn't specify, but you should know that to keep this clear, that you have to keep the drawers on the top side. And then you want to make sure your orientation of the sliders are correct. So currently I have my slider on this side pointing toward me, this side pointing toward me as well. And what you want to do is use the sides of that, these little, I'll show you, sides of this, that go straight into there. So I'm going to put that in real quick. I can't do it one-handed because that's a pain in the butt, but I will do it right now. Alrighty, so the drawer is in. Requires a little bit of work, and while it is a drawer, it does require you to, like, you probably can't tell, but I can't even pull it out without bracing this. So you're gonna have to have some amount of weight in the actual tool cart itself to pull this out, because if you see just where it is, alright, it kind of came out a little bit now. It's working a little bit. But you should definitely have some kind of weight in it, probably at the bottom, just to help stabilize this, to help you pull it in and out. But it works. Alright, so we got a couple last steps to do. We got our top shelf to put in. We got our handle to move the card around. And then we have the thing that holds the screwdrivers. We'll put that right in, and we are all done. So we are working on our top shelf. So I just have it, you just kind of set it on top. It pretty much aligns. It's close enough. I'll have to do a little finagling on this side, but it's not that bad. So what you have to remember is there's, as far as I can tell, 2 last pieces left, which is going to be your handle to move the card around. You got your brackets for your handle, and then this side, which is going to sit outward, that's going to hold your screwdrivers and stuff inside of it. You can see it. It's got all these provisions for, these are for screwdrivers. I don't know what these are for. Maybe the standard sockets that you use, which is actually pretty smart if you think about it, but I'll take a look and see what that fits. But you got to remember that when you're doing your handle, you want to do it on the side that swivels. So this is my side that swivels, and that's when you want to push the cart around from. You don't want it from the rigid side. And then my screwdriver side, or whatever this is the holder side, is going to go on this way, and it's going to go like that. So I'll show you how to do that one. But for this side right here, it's going to have the handle, like I said, swivel side. We have these like additional mounts essentially for the handle, which goes right in here. So you want to make sure the handle part is toward the inside because it is a steel bar, and you're going to kind of place them the same place that you put your bolts. So your bolts go through this side. There are provisions right here for that as well. So you just want to stick that through, and you want to put your bolts through this side and tighten your nuts on the opposite side. So I'll just do one side real quick and show you. All right, something to note when putting the mounts for the handle on, because you're going to have to put your bolt through this side and the nut on the opposite side, I believe. Let me double check. There are 4 specific handle screws, which are just slightly longer, if you can tell. So this is in a separate thing, but as you can tell, it's just slightly longer. Man, that does not even show it. But I can tell you it's like 2 threads longer, which is all you need in life. So I'll put that on real quick. All right, as you can tell, the cart is fully assembled now. We've got our handle in place. We've got our 3 tiers. 1, 2, there's 3 over there. This is our screwdriver holder slash, I'm guessing socket holder. I'll have to find out. And on the opposite side, you'll see my finger. No, I'm just kidding. You'll see the drawer. So, looks pretty good. The quality is not bad. It's a little light. It is, like I said, probably either really light stamped steel or it's tin. Just based on that, I'm guessing it's tin. I don't believe it's aluminum, but who knows. But it's not bad. Quality's okay, like I said. So I'm just going to fill it up with stuff and show you what it looks like when you're done, quote unquote. I'll do that right now. Alright, so I got the cart put together. I got all my stuff on it. You can see it holds a whole bunch of screwdrivers. Sometimes they don't sit up straight, but it kind of depends on the screwdriver. As you can see, this doesn't exactly have a flat base. It'll do it, but I'll have to work for it. But yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 screwdrivers on there. That's kind of nice. I use my main shelf for all my primary tools. This is what I organized into different types of sockets. Main lubricants I use, like blue and red Loctite. It's got anti-seize in there. All the smaller tools, which are there, but secondary. Go away, text. Here I got all my 1/2-inch tool stuff. So this is my 1/2-inch wrench, sockets, impact, hammer. I gotta organize this a little bit. It's just a whole smattering of 1/2-inch tools. And then on the bottom I got jack stands, jack, wheel chocks. And see, moves around. One thing I didn't use is these hooks for the side. I probably will end up getting something for this, but these are terrible. This is supposed to hang like this and will hold a tool, but if you can tell, that just falls right off. You can tighten it and put it in, it's a little bit better, but without some kind of solid backing on this, these aren't really that good. So I'll see if I can find something else that can supplement this, because there's a whole bunch of slots on this side that I could put, you know, these open-ended wrenches on or something else, but this is not good. Overall, I mean, the quality looks pretty good. I'm going to use it for a little while, but it rolls around fine. It does, you know, simplify a lot of stuff, because I have these 2 toolboxes right here, and it took pretty much everything in here, and it looks a lot better. I can bring everything with me instead of going back and forth, and $130, it's really not bad. The instructions were terrible, so that part kind of sucks. Hopefully this video is helpful if you do put it together yourself, which, I mean, you should be able to. It's just kind of a pain. But, yeah, it's, you know, for the quality, it's not bad. I mean, I see a lot of other toolboxes that are going to be, you know, $300-400 and up that roll. Stationary ones are cheaper, but for this, it's not that bad. I'm going to use it, and I'll put the link in Amazon below. So if you guys like this, feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.